Hey everybody, this is Jeff here once again, bringing another video on the progress of my 1350 Polar Lights Enterprise Refit model kit, round 2. And what we've got laid out before is the shuttle bay pretty much completed. There may be one or two other things that I have to do before that is done, namely just going through and adding the crystal clear inside of the open areas that I have on my shuttles, which would be on the front here of the Galileo number 5 and back here on the Halley Vulcan shuttle number 1. Put a little bit in back up in there, and then some right here on the front. And I had to take down a little bit of the glare from the LEDs that are located off up inside of there. But as you can see there, everything is decaled. Nothing else decal wise that I will be doing to this. Hopefully we can get a little focus here. But nothing else I will be doing decal wise to this. And, you know, that being said, there we go. Got some focus going now. Taking a look there at the two shuttle craft back there. If you can take a look, when you're taking a look at it, you can see there that the ramp is down on number 3 on the Copernicus in the back, and there's a little bit of blue lighting that's coming out of the back of that. It's real nice. And actually, once I cut through and I get this wired up so it is on, when you're looking at it, it almost looks like the cathode and anode wires that come out of the LED. They almost look like handrails that would be on the inside. And of course, just the blue lighting is just, ambient lighting from just the consoles being lit up on the inside. Shuttlecraft. I had a lot of blue on the inside. And of course, you had the main lighting in the roof. But you cut that out, just get the blue. At least that's what's going on in my mind. That's why I kind of want to show here. Not very much else you can do on a, 1.5 inch shuttlecraft got sitting inside of there. So, but as you can see there on the number 5 shuttlecraft, I've got the doors open on the side, and just got the hatch open. I just made that, I had some styrene there, flattened it up a little bit, cut the size, and stuck that up in there. And there's warm white lighting going on in there, and you see those 2 strips that are going along here. Those are going to light up in warm white. I just had very few options what I could do on this shuttle bay because I didn't have anything additional that I purchased with this. Just started some new employment here a couple of weeks ago, so anything else I want to be doing, which is mainly just getting an aft strobe board, be it, because everything else I've pretty much taken care of one way or the other. Because I was building it on the premises that funding would be more limited to what it is and everything and stuff, and now that's kind of switched over in my favor. Very glad, very happy about that. So anyway, going on with here, zooming in just a little bit more on the Vulcan shuttle that's sitting back there in the cargo area. I don't have any cargo boxes or anything going on and stuff. There's 3 one-low shuttles back there. It's a little bit out of focus. Let me pull back a little bit. There we go. But as you can see there, let me spin this around for us too. Maybe that'll help. And hopefully don't knock it down while I'm doing it. Try to keep us here in the camera. There we go. We can live with that. Got a hatch open on the side of that one as well, and also the docking hatch is in the back of it so that we see the light coming out of that. Just kind of want it to look like there'd be something going on, even though I won't really have any people on the inside. I'm pretty sure I could have just kind of under magnification, got some styrene and kind of chipped it away and stuff and made it look like little people. And I don't know, I may still try 1 or 2 of those after I get finished this video, see how it will work out and everything. I don't want them to look like butchered soldiers. I want them to look like Starfleet officers standing around there in their red and black uniforms. So, if I can manage to pull it off, then I may do it. If not, then I'm not going to worry about it too much, because this is just the first build of one of these. I know I'll be doing another one and everything. This right here is my experiment. Just like the Excelsior was a great experiment for Starfleet in 23rd century, this is my great experiment right here in the early 21st century. So, what I want to do next is talk about the railings on the side. Those were also hand fabricated. and you can kind of see one right there, and you can see the railing and everything. But get this down and out the way. Stick one of these up here. You know, you can see the railing and how I have to do it, and that right there is nothing but styrene. And just cut it to size and everything, something that would be something I'd be able to fix up, but also something that would be manageable, something that I could do with my hands and everything. Let me see if I can prop this one up on top of that. There we go. All right, now we can see that railing a lot better. And but as you can see there, yeah, it's the proper height and everything. I did make sure of that. The spacing in between the rail posts, you know, those are going to be off. Yeah, there's no way you're fixing to sit up there and, you know, go through filing all that and stuff. You know, more likely, possibly could have and everything, but the styrene would have started getting just a little bit too small to manage, and then it becomes brittle, and then you start losing 3/4 of them. So instead of putting myself through that hell, I just went ahead and did it like this. And plus, at the angle you're going to be looking at, it still kind of works out in the end, you know, anyway. So I am satisfied with this. But, you know, we've got the decals on there. I was ready to go. Got one missing right there, and the problem with, and the reason was, one of the ones on the rear wall that I had gave me a little bit of issue. You know, one of these up there on that rear wall just gave me just a little bit of issue. That center one right there, actually, on the top and stuff. Not really wanting to focus for us, but I wound up having to scrape that one out. And I just grabbed, you know, one from right here, because once the shuttle bay is together, the elevator shafts are going to pretty much block that. You know, it's going to block that. You're not going to see down there. Matter of fact, the back four from, you know, this door on back, you're not going to see any of that. Unless you are really, you know, got a nice little small periscopic lens camera that can literally go down off up in your shuttle bay and turn around and look. You're not going to see it. So, didn't really worry about it. I may, you know, kind of cut that out and make it seem like it's just an open, you know, spot right there. They haven't put in there. There's no cargo inside of that storage bin. Might do that. Not exactly sure. And just have just a little bit of faint light coming through there. If I can see it behind the, you know, just a little bit of light spread on the floor coming in behind the elevator shafts, and also behind that shuttle also. Now, that may be something a little bit different that I might do, but then again, more than likely I'm going to leave it alone, because I'm ready to get this shuttle bay together. It's pretty much now where it's like get it together and start rocking and rolling, getting it inside of the hole. We saw that on the last video. Pan up here, you know, just give a brief look. That arboretum is in that ship. It is down there, and it is stuck. It is glued. There's no other wiring that's going to be going on with this. There's a little bit of lighting that's been exacted on the inside of it. Just that one little strip right now. There's going to be about like 3 or 4 more. I have plenty of it on the top as well. I'll be showing that probably in the next video. And then I've got the blue lighting back there. That's aiming out towards those tractor beam emitters to come on either side of the shuttle bay doors. Didn't paint the clear parts to go on the fantail because one, I didn't have any more transparent blue. I mixed what I had left with the red to give me the purple for the warp nacelles, which we'll see sometime in the future. So I just wound up using blue lighting, which actually is pretty cool because it's just aiming straight out, and you know, it's not giving me any, you know, wash up on the color, you know, because sometimes the LEDs don't project the exact color of what you're wanting. Some whites come out cool white, which has a little bit of a blue to it, and then of course the warm whites are yellow, so if you put blue paint on that, you're going to get a little bit of a greenish color. So, you know, blue lights coming out of the end gives you blue. That's what I want. I want it to be a little bit bright because it's only going to be most people think 3, but there are actually 4 slits. The one at the top is so small that you barely even see it, you know, but we'll say, you know, 3-4 slits in the back that's going to be showing that light, and the rest of it's going to be painted out anyway. So but you know, it's the exact color, and you see all that black paint that's behind it. That's to make sure, you know, on camera it's washing it out. It makes it look like a lot more blue is beaming backwards, but there isn't. And then you throw the shuttle bay up in there as well, you're not looking at that. And I did the same right there. You can see just above that light, that black spot that is just below the pylon. That is actually the light. That's the LED light for the spotlight that's beaming up on these backside of that pylon. Painted the inside of that because that's a different color light. What I was talking about is a different color light than the light strip is providing. It's more of a bluish color. It's that cool blue. I wanted that for all my spotlights because I have a boatload of those, but I didn't want that mixing in with the color on the inside because, inside of the saucer section, also inside of the neck as well, inside of the dorsal, it's with those light strips, and it gives the one color, and there is no difference in color. So I did not want the engineering hull to have those other colors as well, with the lighting coming through there. So blocking any other light out, and that'll include the other 3 lights that are going up just around the pylons, and then of course the ones on the neck as well will have to be blacked out so that light is not bleeding through, backlighting anything and stuff, so that I have uniform window lighting and then uniform spotlight lighting, and then all the other lights as well. Of course, there's the bulb for the navigational reflector. Right now I just have it on blue because blue is my favorite color, so just have it on that as well. But it switches between the two, and I really can't wait to really have that posted up on there and everything. Of course, those wires have to be cut considerably, but that will be done, especially once the shuttle bay and the top of the arboretum, the ceiling clear piece has been put on there, and everything else has been done. And then once we're getting ready to go through, get the wires for those thrusters to go around the deflector housing and get those put on, get those wired. Try to do that tonight so I can have a video on that, hopefully up by not long after the previous vid that you saw, so we can take a look at that, or at least after this one, and correct that after this one. But getting back down here to the shuttle bay, if I can find it, last bit right here, and that's in the actual shuttle landing area. Right here are supposed to be 8 windows. You get the Paragraphs photo etch kit and you lay it on top of there, and it's got 8 little squares that are up there, and there were 8 windows. You look at motion picture, 8 windows. You look on the model kit before you hog all of it out, 8 little windows. Well, like I said, I was building this prior to beginning my new job, so funding was limited. Now that I actually still don't want to go back and get the photo etch, mainly because I'm, me, I'm always looking to do something a little bit different anyway. But with those, I really wanted to upplay the thought that this is the 23rd century, and to me, the windows were small. I know it's the design of the ship, don't go up against that, but for me, what I want to look at, looking inside of my representation of that fantastic model, was I want to see something onto the side of that, and I'd just be thinking, most places already have super huge, big, long bay windows in them. Some homes have them, of course, businesses have them, and other things also. You think about the towers at airports and stuff; those huge windows. It's not a bunch of little bitty, windows all lined up with all this framework and stuff. It's big, it's huge. You got to be able to see what's going on. And I was looking at that and I was thinking, well, okay, let me take that into effect, cut all that stuff out, and give us a good sized bay window. And I may wind up going back and kind of like breaking it up a little bit, not just being one big huge window going across there. May break it up into 3. Probably going to do that because I can still make that look cool and everything and stuff. But I'm thinking they need to see what's going on that shuttle bay floor. Everything that's going on, monitor shuttles coming in and out and stuff, cargo coming in and out, all the worker bees and stuff. So I wanted to give it a little bit of a view, and also what I want to be able to do was to take it, and when you're looking at it, you'd be able to see that there's some consoles on the inside of those, and there'll be some light coming in from behind there. So, when you look off up in there, it'd be about that angle. So those 2 purple squares that are in there, there'll be some light coming in behind that. You can kind of see it bleeding through there, but the camera won't focus for anything in this world. So there's something in there. I gotta, fabricate a little console that'll go up in there and give us something to look at. But yeah, I just thought that would be cool to have that overlooking the shuttle bay. And those bays are lining up, just right behind where the shuttles are lit, or where I got those located on the deck. So it looks pretty cool. I like it and stuff. Once I get it all mocked up and stuff, you really see how the light's bleeding through there and everything, and what it looks like once it's together. Not gonna do that on that video. That'd be a little bit too much. And I got a couple other things I'm trying to get taken care of as well, and plus my son's sick. So, but I just thought that would be an interesting idea. What I am gonna do though, real quick, is pause this video and, like I said, give us a look of the floor with it lit up and everything, so we can see how the lights are looking and everything and stuff. And then that will be it. So give me just one moment, and I will be right back with that. Alright guys, and here we go. We've got the shuttle bay floor lit up and everything and stuff. It's looking pretty good, for me. And like I said, with the colors that's going on with this shuttle bay and everything, that looks cool. You saw it on the, the little snippet that I did, that brief pan through of the shuttle bay with it together and mocked up inside of the engineering hull. It looks cool. The colors are matching, the colors are working and everything and stuff. And I won't ever get tired of doing that, especially to be doing it without any, additional purchase things. This is pretty much everything that I've had. I haven't spent a dime on this kit as yet, for anything additional that I didn't already have from other kits that I've been working on. So, that's feeling pretty good, actually. I'm going to try to keep that up and stuff because, like I said, if I can do it without spending any loot, then I'm going to do it. Because that can go towards, it has to go towards other things and stuff. Like I said, back at work, which means gas. I do drive a sports car. It's a Mazda RX-8. Got a video up of it on my channel, and I'm pretty sure I do discuss the gas mileage on it and stuff. So, even though I'm working right here in town, it still drinks gas like I drink eggnog. And we know I love my eggnog. So, going forth, you can see the blue light coming in out of the port number 3 Copernicus light coming on out of there. Looks very, very cool. A little bit of a contrast. It's the only thing in the shuttle bay that's lit in a different color other than warm white, besides the main lighting coming in on the ceiling. Then of course everything is warm white, and like I said, I've got to get the crystal clear in the inside of there, and also back here, that right there you can definitely see is starring up on the camera and everything. So get that cleared out. I was wanting to have something on the floor, and of course I didn't have any chaser circuit boards or anything like that and stuff, and so it was like, well, let me just have it lit up. And so what I did was just cut 2 trenches out on the floor, took 2 pieces, either side of clear styrene, glued them together, and got everything formed up to size just right, and just stuck them up in there. Put a warm white light on the bottom of it. Had to enclose it like you see there, so that the light would keep itself going through those 2 clear pieces. Without that, you weren't really gonna be able to notice it on the floor with that ceiling lighting beaming down so strong on top of it. So, and they gave me just a little bit of something additional going on the floor. The original, Enterprise Refit, the floor, did not have anything on it, on the deck. To my knowledge, it did not. That didn't start until Star Trek V, when you had those approaching runway lights that were going on, which were white, normal, everything's good, and then of course we switch red, you can go to red alert. So with this floor, did not, but I wanted to have something on there, because it was already, just one big, nice, solid floor. I wanted to break it up a little bit, and plus I love lights. Not gonna lie, ever since I learned how to wire up my first LED, I've loved playing with these little guys. So I want to stick those little things anywhere I can. So that's what we did right there. So that's the floor lit up quite a bit more. Go in just a little bit closer, see if that will clear up. There we go. You see there the lighting coming through those shafts and everything, and even though it just looks like it's halved right there, it stops, up on top of the second one. It actually does. It reflects back down once you get the roof on there to give you lighting, going all the way up and down and stuff. And I'm not about to turn around and put even more warm whites on top of that, because then I gotta get up and I gotta find some way to get those masked off and get those paint blacked out and everything else and stuff. And plus, it may make those just a little bit too bright, and I don't want them to be too bright. So that's how we manage that, and how I got those, doing those lights. If I can get this over here and take a look at the bottom and see if I can get us spun around, and then get us lifted up here. What I did though, while I'm working to get us into position and stuff, trying to make use of a tripod. Man, I kind of want my videos to be a little bit more still. What I did was though, I took two pieces of styrene and glued them together, and then I cut out the holes for the lights to just slide right into there. They'd be right below. You can see that they'd be right below those shafts. And I really want them to be anchored. I like for all my lighting to be anchored. I don't want it to be moving anywhere. I don't want it to just be, just kind of glued or tacked on, or, hot glued or something like that. I like those guys to sit and they're not moving on top of everything else. So I glued those right there to the base of it and everything. And then what I wound up doing is I left enough plastic on top of the light to drill a hole in the inside and stick a wire coat hanger down inside of it. And that was done for two reasons. One, more stability, but two, because one of the pins on the bottom of one of my turbo shafts, it broke. So I needed a way for it to stay still, and it gave me a way for it to stay still. Those, not gonna lie, those clothes hanger wire, even though it only goes a little bit inside of the light, it goes probably to about right here inside of that turbo lift shaft. It really does. I jammed that thing all the way up there, like I said, not going anywhere. And even though this is going to be braced, it's braced on the bottom and going to be braced by the top, it wasn't going anywhere. So that's how I got that glued on the inside, glued down for my lighting and stuff, so it wouldn't go anywhere. Because like I said, I don't like for things to go anywhere. I like for them to be planted, make them earthquake proof. What I try to do. So, but there is that lit shuttle bay floor and everything. I really do like it. I originally had different plans on the floor color, on the bay coloring. Actually, it was going to be red and more of a tannish color with a black floor. Glad I changed that. Like the lighter tone to it, and plus it matches more from a transition from the TOS Enterprise I did to the Refit. Kind of got my colors going along the same. So from here though, it's time to start working to get the shuttle bay together. I'm finna get this crystal clear inside of these pieces, get the shuttle bay together, get it on the inside of that engineering hole, and go for it. So I can start getting this thing on together. I'm trying, if I can, like I said, my son's sick, so I got other stuff I gotta be worrying about as well, checking him out, but try to have the engineering hole together, hopefully before Monday morning, before I'm having to get up and go to work. So I'm going to go forth and soldier on this. Those of you out there building your model kits, keep on building. As I said, it's always very, very fun. It's always so many experiments too, and trying different things. There is no right or wrong answer with building one of these. It's just getting it done the best way you can. Like I said, you take a look at my Arboretum windows. That was just my way of doing it, so that I could get it done, and it's coming forth and stuff. So where I want the pole going down, that's where I wanted it at. That's where I put it at. Do it how you're gonna do it. Don't be afraid. On post on the saucer, I was talking about how I was intimidated about this kit at first, and I really was. But now that I've started working on it and everything, there's nothing to this kit that's any different than any other one that I've worked on. It's just got a lot more pieces to it, and you gotta take time and get those guys glued. But after that, getting it together, getting it looking cool and everything and stuff, just do what you're gonna do. Even if you want the entire starship painted in chrome, reflect all the light in the room. That'd be epic too. That's an idea I'm thinking about for a TOS. So that may be something we may see. I better snatch my idea. But anyway, I go forth and work. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful weekend whenever I get this video posted up. Recording this now before Christmas, so go ahead and throw in a Merry Christmas. I may get this up before Christmas, I'm not sure. If not, Merry late Christmas, Happy late New Year, depending. And I will talk to you guys later.